So yeah,
Amazing. And then even just tell us a little bit more about your bio as well.
sure. So I'm currently a senior director of finance and strategy at Paramount, specifically Paramount Streaming. Prior to Paramount, I worked at AT&T, mainly DirecTV. I was part of their financial leadership development program. So I did the internship between year one and year two of the MBA program. I got a job offer, and so right after grad school, I joined them. I was with AT&T slash DirecTV for about 5 years. And then I switched over to Paramount, where I lead the financial analysis for partnership distribution deals, as well as various sort of strategy strategy projects across streaming.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And now we have Professor McGilvray. Can't quite call him Brian just yet. I just had him for class. So, can you tell us a little bit about this photo in your bio, please?
Yeah, you passed the class, so you can call me Brian now. So this is my wife. You can see this is at Halloween. That's not how she normally looked. And my grandson, who is dressed up as, I think it's from a Top Gun. I think that's a Maverick little jumpsuit. So this is I chose this picture because my family is the most important part of my life. My kids and my two grandboys. So I just like sharing that. We love doing Halloween with them. A little bit about my bio, I guess, is what you want, Julia.
Mhm.
So I currently, well, I've been teaching at Pepperdine since 1999. I started part-time. I've been full-time here for about 15 years. I teach a lot of classes around business law and ethics and leadership. And I'm also a department chair in the Grazia Business School. So I have four disciplines. The faculty in those disciplines report to me. Um, Before Pepperdine, I had gotten my bachelor in management degree from Pepperdine, a job I was working at. And then I came back and got my executive MBA and started a business. And after a few years, I was able to sell that business and decided I wanted to go back to law school. So I came back to Pepperdine and went to law school. I practiced law for 25 years. A lot of it crossover with when I was teaching at Pepperdine, but now been just been doing this full time and with just get to the amazing students like Julia and Brianna, who you're going to hear from, had just opportunities like to teach in such an amazing place. So that's where I'm at.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Now we will be hearing from Brianna. Brianna, please tell us about this very interesting photo and your professional bio.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Julia. I'm Brianna, and I was an undergrad student at Pepperdine, where I stayed and got my master's at Grazia Business School. And I also was in Julia's role as a graduate assistant previously. And then I went on to do a career in medical sales at Stryker straight out of graduation. So I started as an associate. For about 10 months, I got promoted to being the sales rep for all of LA. So if you're ever at Cedars or UCLA, you'll probably catch me there in the OR. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any interest at all in joining medical sales because we have some openings. So
Yes, and please tell us what I'm so curious, what is happening in this photo?
yes, that photo. So
Yeah.
that's right. So recently, I tore my ACL, unfortunately, right at the end of ski season. As you can see in that photo there, I'm getting carried away on that little stretcher and got sledded down the hill. So definitely is not an easy job to do with the torn ACL, I'll tell you. But I'm about 8 weeks post-op now, so we're on the come up of it. But no more skiing for me.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I hope you recover soon. But that is such a funny photo. Thank you, Brianna. And now we're going to hear from Michael. Michael, if I'm seeing this right, I'm also an FC Barca fan. Can you tell us
Okay.
about?
Awesome, awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Michael Martirosian. I am uh, in New York, so why it's a little darker here than where you are. So good evening. But yeah, this photo was from the FIFA World Cup. My family and I went several weeks ago in the SoFi Stadium to watch Spain versus Austria, and it was a bucket list item for all of us for sure. So I'm very grateful that we got to experience that together. But a little bit about myself. So I went to undergrad in San Francisco, got majored in finance, minored in economics from the University of San Francisco, and kind of always stayed in financial services for my whole career. While I was going to undergrad, I was a bank teller at Chase. Since then, I had left and interned at other institutions, did a lot of like portfolio operations right out of undergrad. And then from that, I went into Pepperdine and I pursued my MBA. And during that time, I landed an internship the summer between my first and second year of business school. And that was at JP Morgan, part of the Chase Associate Program, which is a 2-year rotational program where you go across different lines of businesses, different functions, with the hope of placing out full time, where it's kind of like an embedded promotion. And then from there, you get promoted into vice president, which is where I'm at right now. I've been in this role for about a year and a half. I do One Chase strategy. So we touch all 5,000 branches across the network. And everything that we do pretty much is very field facing, and we have to ensure that it is seamless with both the digital experience as well as the physical in-branch experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael.
Of course.
And now, Tracy, please tell us more about yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Tracy. So a little bit about me. Here in my photo. Don't look like my LinkedIn photo as much anymore. Got my hair, but for the most part though, I love spending time with my family. This was my little sister's recent birthday. She just turned 8. We've kind of made it a tradition for her to always get her Disney experience with getting her hair done, her dress done, and all of the fun things. And so definitely one of the things I enjoy is just getting to treat her. We're actually doing a Disney cruise for the first time later this year, which we're super excited about. So just having a ton of fun. She saw when I graduated, she's gone to Pepperdine, and she hopefully will be the next one in line for Pepperdine. So we will see. Yeah, a little bit about myself. So, I have about 5, 6 years of operational background at a smaller business that is based out of the Florida area. I actually did that, worked full time there while I was doing my master's program. And then coming out of my master's program, or right in the midst of that, I did an HR internship with Target. And I was able to really gain a lot of experience there, and actually was able to transition over to an HR executive for the stores. And I did that for about 3 or so years. And then fast forward to where I'm at now. I'm currently working as an HR business partner with Amazon, supporting hundreds of employees. I'm supporting close to, at this time, around 75 different managers, and definitely just having a great time, continuing to be there for the employees, for the managers, and definitely love giving back whenever I can. So that's kind of a little bit about me.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, everyone, now we are going to head into our panel discussion where you will hear from all of our panelists on the topics of just using their MBA to their advantage, any advice for incoming students, or for even when you're graduating. So first, we're going to start off with Brian, now that I can officially call you Brian. Wanted to ask you that you've spent several years here at Pepperdine earning your undergrad degree, your MBA, and your JD. Looking back, what was that transition from being a student to entering the professional world like for you? And how did your Pepperdine experience prepare you for that next step?
Yeah, I was a little coming back to school a little bit later in life when I had just left career in law enforcement. I was a deputy sheriff and I hadn't finished my undergraduate degree, so I came to Pepperdine to complete my bachelor's degree, and that was a pivotal moment, a choice in my life where I learned, about the business world and was able to get a job um, working in business and applying the principles that I was learning. And that's, I think that the one thing that drew me to Pepperdine was we are an applied business school. We don't focus on teaching just theories, but we want our students, and at the time I was taking this in, to take what you learn in the classroom and apply it in the workplace. So I was able to do that, and it made a huge difference on my career path. And I was so impressed with the faculty, with what I had learned, how it had changed my job trajectory, that I came back and did my MBA because I just wanted to learn more and I wanted to be able to move up and have that education. So for me, it was really was transformational. It also was what led me eventually to want to teach, because I just found the faculty to be so amazing and so invested in the students, and you could reach out and get help and talk to them, and um, it just, the connection there. Um, I would never have dreamed that would be in the position I'm in today at Pepperdine, but it all started in those first couple of degrees that I got, and the exposure to Pepperdine, and really, I guess that's my Julie. I'm not even sure if you said, what would be the one thing that stands out. I mean, it's you have the opportunity now to take what you learn and apply it in the workplace, and especially if you're a little bit older, working adult. There's no better school to do that at, to get, an education that you can apply and help your career immediately. So I think that's those are the highlights for me.
Amazing. Yeah. And I think Pepperdine is just such a special place too, like with preparing its students to go into the real world, which actually leads me to my next question for Tracy now. Since you have experience working in HR, you've kind of had the opportunity to see the hiring process from behind the scenes. So could you take us through that and of what companies are really looking for when they're evaluating MBA candidates?
Sure. So at least for me, one of the things that we do tend to look at is more so just how you apply like your overall leadership principles. Um, that and from an Amazon perspective, like the company is based off of 16 leadership principles, and how we are able to essentially work together and apply that so that we can truly be leaders and not necessarily just managers. I think it's more or less just that, how we're applying, how we are upskilling, how we're building and applying everything that we've learned. Again, it's not necessarily now about managing, it's more so how are we leading and truly making an impact based off of our prior experiences and just being able to overall apply. At least from an Amazon perspective, we're really shifting and we're really changing a lot. And just ensuring that we're truly taking the time to essentially almost slow down and try to actually teach correctly and try to actually lead our teams. And then also just trying to compete with the world of AI from an Amazon perspective. The adaptability is super, super critical, especially with Amazon and even when I was at Target as well. And so those are kind of some of the bigger things that I know that we look at from a hiring perspective at Amazon, especially for our managers.
Okay. And is there any advice that you would give to students coming into their MBA and how to take most advantage of their time there while they're not working so that when they come out applying for jobs, they're best set up well?
Yeah, I would say that for me, like my biggest takeaway from my MBA was that I genuinely felt that I learned a lot about myself, in terms of, like my Myers-Briggs and how I handle conflict, whatever that looks like, right? And that to me is like one of the biggest takeaways I remember from my MBA. Um, and so I think it's really about knowing who you are and being able to communicate who you are, right? Being vulnerable, I think, is also pretty critical. We're all human beings, we all make mistakes, right? But being able to really take that feedback and be able to apply it at a different level. I think that that is, again, what I would recommend for anybody, especially as you grow in your career, right? Be honest with yourself, right? Don't be hard on yourself, and really just take a moment to breathe and understand whatever it is in the moment, and again, be able to apply that in the future.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Next up we have Betsy. My question for you is, a lot of career opportunities come through relationships. So I wanted to ask you, how did networking, mentors, or connections that you made during your MBA impact your career journey?
Sure, of course. At the time, I built relationships with a lot of the either my uh, current Pepperdine students that had done the leadership program at AT&T, whether it be the general leadership or the finance leadership, to really, because that was one of the main companies I wanted to see specifically because they had just purchased DirecTV. Um, and I think that was critical to getting insights into their interviewing process, just the overall culture of the company, et cetera. And then also, I think a lot of the interviews that I went on were a result of the career conferences, the MBA conferences. And I think networking with a lot of professionals across different companies really gave me the opportunity to not only learn about those companies, but also get a foot in and interview. I got through, I think one of the other companies I got into a final round was Microsoft. And all the relationships I built at Microsoft are a result of going to conferences. So I think networking is really key.
100%. How would you say that networking is key with LinkedIn? Do you think that LinkedIn is something that's very pivotal as well?
I believe so. I mean, I still reach out like folks that I've met at my previous companies. I actually reached out to my current manager on LinkedIn because he had left AT&T around 2020. And essentially that's why I'm currently at Paramount.
Okay.
So it's just keeping those relationships. If you don't have their phone numbers or personal emails, LinkedIn, I think sending a personal message, just trying to keep in touch with those contacts is key.
And also, I am curious, from my perspective as well, since I'm graduating this August, was there anyone that you kept in touch with from your classes, like your classmates, that ended up helping you in the future?
I think not necessarily because I want to say all my close friends who from grad school, everybody went in different directions.
Hmm.
So different industries, different type of companies, like just overall. So not necessarily like that, but I think it was great that we were all going through it together, like that first year, sort of like right after 2 years of not necessarily working and like a full-time job, right? So it was, I mean, it was still helpful in other ways, but like I mentioned, we just all went different paths.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing.
Mhm.
Now we have Michael up next. Many students, Michael, start their MBA knowing that they want to grow, but they may not know exactly what they want to do. So how did you personally discover the direction that you wanted your career to go in? And what advice would you give to students that are still exploring that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think I learned a lot coming out of undergrad, things that I had just missed opportunities from, and I learned a lot from that. So when I came into business school, I came in a little more focused, and I just started hitting the ground running, trying to meet as many people as possible, trying to even meet faculty and just like staff, to get close with them, go to the career center, and start really honing in on all my different options. I think I had a little different of a path compared to other people in my cohort, considering I wanted a dual JD MBA. I had gotten waitlisted at Caruso, Pepperdine Law, for those that don't know. So I came in with a lot of questions on, okay, if this doesn't work out, what are my options? And I really feel like building relationships helped me get to that answer. So my first semester was really busy. I was retaking my LSAT exam for law school. I was applying to a bunch of internships to hedge my bets if I didn't get into law school again. And then I was also just trying to be extremely like social, meeting people, building relationships and networking with folks on campus, and also getting very active within just like the clubs on campus. So I joined GSAB, Gracidio. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what it stands for. Student. Ah, it's been a few years. Sorry, y'all. But it's pretty much the advisory board on campus. And that really just like threw me out and met a bunch of people.
Amazing. Amazing.
So for those coming in, it had taken me 5 years to go back to school. So it was definitely a change of pace. Getting active, involved on campus is a great way to just do that. And I highly encourage it.
Do you think any of your classes also had a turning point for you, or would you say it was mostly what you did outside of class?
So, classes definitely did have an impact. We were the first cohort back in full-time person outside of COVID. So I think at that point, everyone was just eager to be in person and like rebuilding connections and like living life again. So the in-person modality really did affect, I think, just the learning environment altogether, and really did contribute us to make really good connections because I think everyone was just really hungry for it at that moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that I remember that time. That was
Yeah,
good.
rough.
Yeah. Okay, next up we have Brianna. Looking back at your time as a student, which wasn't too long ago, actually, just last year, this time, what is one thing that you wish you had done more of during your MSB that would have helped prepare you for your career now?
That's a good question. Honestly, it's hard to answer that because I feel like the MSD program prepped me so well for my job that I have, and I got my dream job out of school. But if there was one thing that I could go back and do more of, um, hmm, I guess like just taking more time to like, I feel like hang out outside of the classroom with some of those people because it's hard when you all separate and graduate. You don't really see each other again and you get so close during classes. And, you never know when someone can help you out outside of that or whatever industry they end up going into, whether it overlaps or not. So I guess I would have spent more time doing that and maybe a little less time studying as much.
Yes, more of the social aspects.
Yes, yes,
That's
but
me right now, knowing that it's coming to an end. Yeah.
absolutely.
How
Enjoy
did
it.
you like find your path to medical sales? Because I feel like that is a very niche industry. And at least in my year during the MSB program, we haven't touched on that at all. We've had like one class with marketing and sales, but I was just wondering, how did you find your way into like the medical side of sales?
Yeah. So I honestly, if you had told me 3 years ago I'd be in operating rooms talking to surgeons, I would have told you you were crazy. So it really wasn't on my bingo card at all to go down this path. But I always knew I wanted to go into sales. And a good friend of mine from undergrad was working at Stryker and had introduced me to the idea. And so I did a lot of research. I worked really closely with the Career Center on it and Professor McGilvray too. He helped connect me with another company too. So that was really awesome. But yeah, just honestly, like reaching out and like asking for help and just using my network, I feel like is how I got to where I am. And just continuing to do that even within your own career once you get the job too.
100%. And you would say like staying connected with your professors as well. Would you say that helped you get this dream job?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Even if it's just career advice in general or interview advice, or even working with the Career Center, they helped me draft like a 1 or 2 sentence LinkedIn message that I sent out to probably 80 different Striker reps and until someone would answer me. And it actually worked out pretty well. And some of those people I messaged, thanks to the Career Center's tips, I actually am best friends with them now, present day. So
Amazing. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing and answering some of the questions. Some of these were framed as what the students wanted to ask you guys when they filled out the RSVP form. And now we're going to be getting into breakout rooms. We're getting into these a little early, but I think it's going to be a good thing because I'm sure you're going to get lots of questions. Well, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed your breakout rooms and got all of the questions answered. If you didn't, you can connect with us here by scanning this QR code. It will bring you to a PDF of everyone's LinkedIn hyperlinked. So feel free to connect with us, reach out with any questions, or just keep in touch with us for the future. Your alumni are here for you. We'd love to help you and give you even more advice if you need it going forward. Most importantly, we would love for you to enjoy your time at your MBA. It's such a special time. And I know I have personally very much appreciated being here at Pepperdine. I've had such an amazing experience, and I can't believe it's been a year that's gone by. Oh, yeah, there we go. We had Michael in the waiting room. But yeah, did everyone get to scan the QR code? I don't know if I can see everyone. Let's tell. Last 5 seconds. Okay. Oh, and lastly, please be sure to submit your intent to enroll by tonight. Yes, tonight is the last night to do that. We'd love for you to join our community. I mean, look at these super fun social events that we have. It's so much fun here, guys. Go Waves. Also, I would love to just say a thank you to my colleagues and my team for helping me put this together. Lee, Sarah, and Manette are the ones behind the scenes doing all the technical things. So please give them a little emoji, clapping hands, or whatever it is. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. And also, I would love to thank our panelists. Thank you guys as well for just taking the time to be here, and out of your busy day especially, and just like give back to our community. Thank you so much, all 5 of you. We are just so appreciative. And lastly, the students as well, thank you guys for being here. I'm so glad that you guys decided to invest in your education and your future. This is the best way to do it. It's by networking. And don't forget about these next 2 events that we have coming up. We have an international student session about navigating your F1 status. And then we also have our new student orientation, Monday, August 17th, 5 to 6:30 p.m., which is also virtual. But yeah, that is it for you guys. Again, thank you. This has been such an amazing session, amazing experience to be with you guys. And I'm just so glad you got to hear from such talented people. And I'll hand it off to Lee if he has any last things to say before we close out.
Yep, just want to say thank you, Julia, for pulling all this together. It's one of the best. I've been here for 4 years, so I haven't seen everything, but this is one of the best alumni panels that I have seen. Just the range, the level. You guys are amazing. So thank you again very, very much for joining us and sharing your story with these students. Also, the incoming class, you guys are rock stars. Okay. I met a lot of you guys through like MBA interviews. I look at a lot of your files. Very strong class of, experience, talent, GPAs, activities, just the pursuit of excellence. And you guys, I'm really excited for you guys in this next coming weeks, really, when you get on campus in Malibu and get ready to rock and roll. I would please ask that you do, if you are international, do the international student session. There was some updates for F1 visas recently, so I just want to make sure you're aware of those items. And then for the new student orientation, Monday, every single one of you should grab your neighbor's LinkedIn, Instagram, phone number, email, something. We'll pause so you can do that right now. But I do want to make sure you bug your neighbor to join us for that virtual session on the 17th. And then you guys will all be seeing each other on August 24th or the 26th, depending on your program. I will be in Scotland and then Switzerland. Such a sad day for me. I'm not going to be able to see any of you on those 2 days, but we have a big lunch where everybody's coming together on September 2nd. So we'll be able to see you at that time. Those are my only little comments. Brianna, did you have something? I see you're off mute, but no? Okay, cool. Just checking. Just checking. And that's it. That's all that I have to say. Yep, I was going to drop everybody, the panelists. I'm going to drop your LinkedIn and an email to everybody that we'll send out as a thank you for coming today. And so, Bola, I answered your question. I was in the middle of typing you, but I'll just send it there. And then, yeah, we'll hang up. We'll let everybody free. Alumni, thank you. You're free to run for your lives. We'll keep this open for a little bit because I see a whole bunch of LinkedIn emails and everything else dropping in the chat. So click and try to add as many people as you can in the next 7 minutes. Okay, it's a game, it's a mission. We'll see who the winner is, who grabs the most names by the end of the 7 minutes. All right, that's it though. That's all I had. Did you have any other slides, or is this is the last one, right, Julia?
Nope, this is it.
All right, sweet. So we'll play some Jeopardy music right now. Let everybody wind down and get everything. You can stop sharing if you want. You can see everybody's faces too.
Yeah, how do I? Let's see.
In your Zoom, you should be able to stop share. Or I can maybe replace current share.
I think I did it. Did I?
No, I'm going to hijack it and then I'm going to stop share. Bam! There we go. Look at all those beautiful faces. My gosh. If you are on a time crunch too, run for your life. That's totally fine. This is just for fun right now. Just to let you guys share and connect and, touch base with everything. Really appreciate everyone's time across the board. Brian, do you have anything to say? I see you're off mute too, but it might be just you're off mute.
No, hats off to you, Julia. Great job. Yeah, you did a great job. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Very cool, very cool.
I just want to tell Kyle his link's not working in the chat.
All right. Kyle, redo it. Where's Kyle? Is Kyle still here?
Is he still here?
Oh, Kyle, you're there. Sorry, there was another Kyle from the Philippines. Kyle, but it's a different spelling of Kyle.
Yeah, mine's kind of like the store.
Yes.
All right.
I didn't throw mine in there. Well, mine will be the special surprise. Those that are left over here right now can do a hunt and find me for bonus points.
Lee and Julia, I just wanted to say thank you. For some reason, my camera is not working right now, but I just wanted to say that before I hop off.
No worries, no worries. Michael, you're a legend on campus. Do you remember Candace File?
Of course.
Yes, she loves you. She sends you lots of hearts.
Oh, thank you.
She's in Florida now, though, just so that you know.
Yes, no, we connected earlier this year, and she told me about all the updates in her life. So it was really great connecting with her. But yeah, she's amazing. And you all are, honestly. Everyone on campus, everyone in the career services. It's truly a remarkable place to be part of, and I'm glad I was. So.
And Michael, your check will be in the mail soon. Just kidding.
Thank you, everyone. This was wonderful. Best of luck. Congratulations to everyone also who will be starting at Pepperdine soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Julia.
Thank you.